Good evening, everyone. Time for another Bitcoin report. This is the chart of Bitcoin from clarkmoody.com. We're on the 3-day, and you can see that topping pattern, we're now rounding down in the indicator, so we're trying to find a bottom. We're going to look at the technicals when we get over to Bitcoin Wisdom, but looking at the market depth, you can see we've got about a total of 37,000 coins offered here. And the big drop off comes at about that 1150 price. We drop from 20,000 to 16,000, get down to 10,000 coins offered at 950. That's pretty significant because that 10,000 mark used to be way above 1,000, and then the price point is being set around 750. On the other side, we're getting very close to quite a number of coins being bidded on at 6 to 650. A lot of support there, but this is quite a bit of selling pressure. So let's look at the technicals over on Bitcoin Wisdom. You can see this is the Mt. Gox feed. We're trying to find a bottom here. We've had some pretty serious volatility. We went all the way down to 714, and we got all the way up on a bounce to 825, and now we're going down to test those lows again. A lot of this selling came out from China, and we'll see that when we get over to the crypto coin charts. So China in a lot of ways seems to be leading things. You can see that we've kind of broken below support in China, and we're right below that 3792 line. That's going to set us up for a test of this 2709 point. Now, Litecoin has been cut in half from its highs. You can see a very big volume spike there. So we're still in that downtrend pattern, although we have an ascending pennant formation in Litecoin, something similar to the one that we had down here. For Bitcoin on Mt. Gox, if we pull out to the daily, you can see we have a trend line that comes up here, and we're just meeting that trend line. So the support's going to come in at the old low of about 580, and then we're going to have support down around 400, and then long-term support down around that old high of roughly 250. I don't think we're going to reach that one, but we may. So the next test, big test, is going to be down around 400. You can see that the moving average has crossed over to the downside, although that green line is not yet turned down. If we move back to the 12-hour, you're going to see they're both trending down now. So we definitely are in a downtrend. Let's go over to a site that I discovered this weekend. Really great site. This is called Coin Warz, and the way that this site works is it changes very frequently. If you refresh it, the order of these coins will change. But what this is showing you is which coins are the most profitable to mine. If you're into the alt currencies or mining them or trading them, this is some very interesting information. Now, this column here is the number of days it would take to earn with 1 Bitcoin mining this coin at current prices traded on the exchange it's traded on and at the current difficulty. So you have to keep those in mind. The difficulty goes up and the price can fluctuate, and that's why these, I'll do a refresh here, and you can see that these coins change position. You can see that Galaxy coin now is at the top. It's all the way up around $59. So it's a very violent fluctuation in the price, and the difficulty changes rapidly. Now, the other thing that's very interesting to note here is that all of the top coins here, as far as mining profitability, you can see that there's listed the block reward, the number of blocks, and the time for a block. But the top coins in profitability are going to be the script coins. In fact, if you scroll down, you can see the first 30 or so are all script coins. It's not until we get all the way down to this beta coin here, you can see they're all SHA-256 now, all the way down with Bitcoin here. And you can see the time it takes to earn 1 Bitcoin mining is going to be 1,806 days. So we're talking about nearly 5 years, 4 years to 5 years to mine 1 Bitcoin. Definitely not profitable. Now, why is it that all of these SHA-256 coins are at the very bottom and all these script coins are at the top? Probably because there's a lot of rigs that have been made primarily to mine Bitcoin, which is SHA-256, and all of the ASICs designed for it, and all of the money invested into mining Bitcoin because it's the leader. Script, on the other hand, we have Litecoin is in script, but I doubt if there are nearly as many miners out there that are basically the rig being made to mine the script coins. Now, will this turn around? I think at some point it may turn around, and when the mining catches up, then the order of these coins will change. Now, the other thing you want to look at is when you look in, you click on one of these coins here. Let's look at Galaxy Coin. You're going to get the information of the coins to be issued. You can see a total of 538 million of these coins are going to be issued. So that's going to be roughly 25 times the number of Bitcoins. You can look at some of these others. Casino Coin. There's going to be 336 million of those. Some of these are very low, surprisingly low. You can see this Min coin actually is only going to have 10 million. That's roughly half of Bitcoin. We know that Litecoin's at about 84 million, about 4 times Bitcoin. So a very interesting and useful site. I highly recommend it. Now, the last point is trying to determine, based on these numbers, whether or not the coins are going to rise in value. You can see here that Galaxy Coin, which is number 1, is down 28% on this 14-day exchange rate chart, and that's listed over at Crypto. So it doesn't necessarily mean that because a coin is profitable to mine that it's going to be a profitable coin to invest in. That remains to be seen. Now, I can see arguments going both ways. One could argue that since it's here at the top of profitability to mine, there's going to be a ton of people signing up and mining it. That's going to flood the place with coins, and that's going to drive down the price on the exchange. On the other hand, if you have a lot of coins being mined of a particular coin, that would tend to increase the popularity of that coin. More people are going to have that coin, and more people are going to be interested in it. So that may be a bullish factor. So that's kind of a wash. Can't say for sure. Now, if you look at the exchanges, I'm in the process of, over the weekend, I got involved setting up my Crypto account and getting some coins over there and trading. You can see that's going to be the exchange for most of these coins, although you do have some other exchanges here. You can see VercureX, the Anon coin, is traded over there. Then there is BTC-E. You can see they're quoting Nova coin from there. And there is Coins E, Cinnamon coin is over there. And then there's BTER, Extreme coin. So those are going to be the major exchanges. That's where they're going to get the prices from to determine how profitable these are to mine. So let's go back up one more time and do a refresh. We've got Galaxy, Grand Coin, and Min coin. And you can see they've changed order completely now, with Grand Coin being at the top, Lucky Coin, and Tag Coin. So very dynamic situation with these coins fighting for profitability, and then of course being traded against Bitcoin on the exchanges. Now I wanted to take you over to crypto coin charts. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out with this If you remember, I said that China seems to be driving things. Well, when you scroll down on this site and look at things in order of how they're listed, that is going to be the most volume in money or currency. You can see that the Litecoin China exchange over at OKCoin is actually going to dominate everything else here. If you add this up in Litecoins, multiply it out, it comes to about $120 million worth of trading. Bitcoin in US dollar actually comes in second, and that's BTCE, Bitstamp, and Mt. Gox. Those are going to be the three big players there. Then we have Bitcoin China again. So we got China top 2 out of 3. Litecoin in US dollars, Litecoin quoted in Bitcoin, Bitcoin in euros, and Namecoin in US dollars. Now that's very interesting because Namecoin in US dollars is actually higher than Namecoin in Bitcoin. So over there on BTCE, you can pick up Namecoins for US dollars. Then we've got Litecoin in euros, Purecoin US dollars, Quarkcoin in Bitcoin. There's Namecoin in Bitcoin, and on down the list. So those are the most popular coins. There's Feathercoin, and there's a new one, Dogecoin, and then there's WorldCoin. Keep a very close eye on these. This is one that I'm accumulating right now, Zeta Coin. That's quoted on Crypto and BTER. Now let's go over to the coin market cap chart. Not all of the same coins that are listed on the crypto coin charts and on the Coin Wars site are going to be listed on this site. You can see that you have only about 48 coins listed here, so there's quite a few coins missing. But of the coins listed here, we're talking under $10 billion in total market cap. Again, a real pittance compared to all of the money that is out there in derivatives, etc. You can see the 24-hour change, everything dropping. Bitcoin is number 1, Litecoin second, Purecoin, Namecoin, and Quark comes in 5th. ProtoShares, WorldCoin, PrimeCoin, Feathercoin, and NovaCoin. That's the top 10. That's going to be the bulk of the value, a good 98% of the value of all the coins traded. So those are the alt cryptocurrencies. I've been trading them all weekend. It's very interesting to trade them. One of the reasons why is I like to diversify out of Bitcoin, especially when Bitcoin is dropping. Although it can be a double whammy, because if the altcoins are dropping against Bitcoin, and as you can see here, Bitcoin is dropping as well, then you've got a double loss. That's the exact other side from what you have when you are on the way up. When Bitcoin is gaining and the altcoins are gaining against Bitcoin, you've got a double win. But I like to diversify out of Bitcoin into some of those others, especially if they're bottoming, just to have an opportunity to do some trading. It looks like Bitcoin is going to go lower here. You can see a lot of selling volume coming in, and probably most of the alt currencies are going to follow it down. We're looking for a bottom, but I don't think the bottom is going to be anywhere soon. We're probably going to be testing maybe that $600 price that we tested before, and ultimately $400. And we'll talk to you next time.